Midwest box truck. Something I get a lot of questions about that I've never really touched on that I got the opportunity to today is cube truckloads. A lot of individuals question whether or not they can book cube truckloads with 26-foot box trucks. And my answer to that is yes and no. Depending on the particular facility that you're picking up from, they could possibly reject the load due to equipment. I've heard of that happening. But has that ever happened to me? No. I book cube truckloads out of multiple different fulfillment centers. And upon arrival, I've never had an issue with the guard shack or the dock staff rejecting my load due to equipment. But like I said, I have heard of individuals that have ran into this issue. That's why I say the answer is yes and no. I would talk to other operators in the areas where you plan to run cube truckloads and just kind of find out if you're able to do it without an issue. Because initially, before I ever did it, I was kind of skeptical as well. But like I said, I've done it at multiple fulfillment centers and never actually had an issue. And the reason why I'm making this video today is because I'm actually completing a cube truckload right now. I just finished taking my skids inside the post office, and this is an actual cube truckload. So the way it's working out, when you get to these facilities, if you look straight ahead, you see that awning between the two ProMasters. Well, that awning is actually lower than the top of my box. So if you're not careful, because I'm gonna let you see, this is actually their lift ramp. Now, me personally, I've never used that because it's awkward just even trying to get your truck into that space. So normally, I just use the lift gate. If you back up to that awning, you can end up damaging your box or the postal property. And that's the reason why this is labeled as a cube truck load. Another factor to booking cube truck loads is going to be if you're able to safely drop the freight without running into an issue, because that's a part of it as well. Really quickly, I'm gonna let you guys see what I'm talking about. So if you drop the standard way, you will use this lift, and as we all know, this is the controller, but the space from that guardrail to this lift doesn't support a 26-foot box truck. I've tried it. You can get up against it, but you're gonna be so tight in there. Look at the guardrail. It's been hit over and over in that area because individuals have tried to use the lift because they don't have a lift gate. So that's something to look at. And then, like I said as well, this awning with a 26-foot box truck, this awning as well, the top of your box is more than likely going to damage something. This is just me touching on cube truck loads and if you could run them or not. Like I said, it's a yes and no. You can, but be careful. Make sure that the facility won't reject due to equipment, and make sure your equipment can actually get into the postal area to drop the freight. Because I know a lot of individuals question this topic. So with me running this load, I want to touch on it right now. This was 43 miles for $265, a little over $6 a mile. So as you can see, the cube truck loads pay well. So in situations where you can't find a 26-foot box truck load, if you do your little research, you could possibly run these instead. And I've oftentimes seen these pay a lot more than the 26-foot box truck loads, just due to the fact that Amazon considers this like a specialized load, because it's not a bunch of 16-foot box trucks. This is a cube truck load as well. It was going a total of 45 miles for $282, $6.35 a mile. Like I said, these cube truck loads oftentimes pay a lot more than the 26-foot box truck loads. But when I came to this particular location, I attempted to enter from the left-hand side of the screen, and that corner won't allow it. So I literally had to kind of get on the grass, catty corner, get the truck straight, go up into that alley over there where you see the blue garbage can, and then bag back at an angle. So this is what I kind of tell you guys about these cube truck loads. Oftentimes, it's a reason why they're labeled as cube truck loads. It's some type of obstruction, bridges in the area, tight spots that won't support a 24 or 26-foot box truck, or so forth, why Amazon has decided to label the load as a cube truck load. So with you picking these loads, what you want to make sure is you're able to get your equipment in and out of the postal facilities without incident, because I was worried about that overhead bar to the gate right at the 2 yellow poles. I'm looking at the overhead and I bumped up on that curve, so I'm like, I hope I don't tap the top of my box, but I made it in fine. So once again, these are the things that you face with these cube truck loads.